Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I am so excited for today's video because it has been a long time in the making. If you've been here a while, you may remember my part 1 and part 2 of our office/homeschool room declutter. It is completely done now, and with all of the craziness going on in the world right now, this has given me time to completely finish organizing everything and kind of have a little bit of a sense of control, which has been nice. So I'm excited to show how our homeschool room looks. I also run an in-home tutoring business where I tutor middle and high school students mainly, and this works as my office for that as well. So it's kind of a dual purpose. Before we get started, let me disclaim that this is not the way this room looks when we are actually schooling. It gets completely messy, but this is everything in its place and how it's organized. I hope you enjoy, and let's get started.
You look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours, and you're taking me high.
All right, so our homeschool room/office is one of the bedrooms in our house that we just transformed into this space. So we walk in here, and on the back of the door I have punctuation rules. Bailey's working on grammar, and then the alphabet. Quinn is working on writing all of her letters, so we use that for those things. Here on this wall we have this giant wall map, and I've covered the names of the states because Bailey can read them, so we can practice all of her states and capitals and things like that from here. Summit Academy is the name of our school, so we have this up here, and then I have this blank space here because usually we have the door open and it's blocked, so we've kind of just kept that blank, but I might end up putting more artwork up there. We'll see. I also have these little cork boards, and in the middle here I just have the Spanish alphabet, and then on each side they each chose a art project that they did that they wanted to display. So this one is Quinn's and this one is Bailey's. Moving down here we have their easel. The back has a chalkboard on it, but they tend to use the whiteboard part more often, so we just put it that way. And then these bins down here are actually empty, which is nice because we have plenty of room to put new things, and I'm thinking of taking the one that doesn't fit underneath and using it in our bedroom, which is going to be converted into a half nursery for our baby who's going to be here in June. So that will probably go in there. On the bookshelves over here in the corner, this is kind of our corner section right here. So this light is really cool. Each square has its own bulb in it, and it looks really cool, especially when it's dark outside. We have we're working on a human body unit, so we have books pertinent to that on the top here. We have the time clock that helps teach them how to tell time, and then our little abacus right here. Over on these shelves I keep some of the flashcards that I'm kind of using with Quinn now. These are our Leapfrog readers and Quinn's Bob book collection. More flashcards, and then the Human Body Encyclopedic Atlas, which is super cool. That was gifted to us and we love that. Down here we have our read aloud chapter books. We're currently reading the Chronicles of Narnia series. We're on book 2 with that. So these are the other ones we have, and I'm missing a few that I need to get still. Over here are random books and activities that don't fit into a specific category. So we have a grammar book here. This is a Smithsonian poster for rocks and minerals and things like that. And then we have a pasting book, giant playing cards I use for Quinn for counting and stuff. And then these colorful papers have the alphabet on them, so each one has a letter of the alphabet. And then over on this shelf, all of their crayons, a puzzle here, and then we use these giant dice from the Dollar Tree for different things, just incorporating movement into especially Quinn's schooling because she definitely is one who likes to move. Then we have our science books here, our history books here, a bin for broken crayons here, and then our geography books here, and I have that all labeled. We don't have a ton of books here because we get a lot of our books from the library, which we keep over here. So these are all of our library books, and we were able to go and get a whole bunch of them from the library before they shut down for the coronavirus quarantine. So that's nice that we were able to grab those. So this is that corner of the room. Up here on the windowsill, we keep coloring utensils, markers, colored pencils, the Color Wonder markers. We have an empty bin. This bin is scissors and rulers, and then glue. We have a when you enter this classroom sign that kind of just gives some inspiration, and then this maps book, which is probably one of my favorite books that we have. We use The Good and the Beautiful for geography, and this map is super cool. It has close-ups of every country and lots of different information that is fun for kids to look at, so we love that. And then down below the window we have this little bookshelf, and this down here at the bottom are Bailey and Quinn's homework bins, basically. So each night I put whatever they need to work on the next day into their bin, so when we come in for school they can just grab their bin, open it, and get going right away, which is really nice because they know exactly what they need to do. And then this one, the bottom shelf is for Quinn's stuff, the middle shelf is Bailey's, and the top shelf are like just coloring books and activity books. And they have free reign over this bookshelf, so they are able to come in and grab things from this and work on them whenever they want. It's basically extra workbooks and supplemental stuff that they're allowed to use whenever they want, so they really love that. Continuing on this section, we have our science wall. So we just have a little cork board that I put the unit that we're studying. We kind of already went through the human body unit, but we came back around to it because they loved it so much and we wanted to go into more detail. So we're doing that again. We have all the vocab that we've gone over so far, and then we're going to finish that up as well. But there's our science wall. This is the closet door. We have months of the year and colors, which they both know their colors pretty well, so I actually keep this on here and use it for Spanish colors, which is fun. And then here next to our desk, we have this little pink rolling cart, and the top one is my to-do stuff, things I need to handle. Middle one is empty for now, and then the bottom one is for finished artwork, which we just kind of went through and cleared out, so there's not a lot in there right now. We have our calendar that we switch out each month, and we switch out the days and the weather, and we actually need to switch out season because it's spring now, which is exciting. We switched out the days today. Today's Monday, but we forgot to switch out the season. Continuing around the room, we have our blackboard, which is actually not a chalkboard. It is a dry erase blackboard, and that white bucket on the wall has the markers for that in there. They're kind of like neon ones. I just have a Declaration of Independence pasted on the wall so it can open up conversations for that. We have our globe here, and then things I use often. So we have pencils, my label maker, super glue, which actually belongs downstairs, and then a couple little clips because we have this art wall up here. And the sign I got actually from the Dollar Tree, it says don't decide you can't before you discover that you can. So I really love the creativity of that wall. And then a motivational phrase: pick yourself up, set a goal, work harder than everybody else, stick to the basics, execute perfectly, be confident, be brave, and never, never quit. So I will just find myself sitting back and reading that, and it definitely gives me motivation. We have our printer here, and then here there's nothing in this drawer right now, but it's there if we need it. And then I keep Bailey's grammar tests right here that she's currently working through, and Quinn's reading eggs maps that she's currently working through up here, and more room for whatever we need. We have our Scentsy warmer and then our electronic pencil sharpener. So that's all that's on the desk. Under the desk we have our trash bin and paper shredder back there, and then back there is like arts and crafts type stuff. So we just didn't have a place to put it, so we put it there. I have my big desk calendar here, And then this is my favorite part of the whole office. We were gifted this from a friend a while back, but I put the different papers in their own bins, laminating sheets for the laminator, and then office supplies, which we get a lot of from the Dollar Tree. I got this at the Dollar Tree as well, which is perfect. We have one for all of their hair accessories too, and it's perfect for storing little things like that. So I definitely recommend that. We just have ink and then wax melts here, and then the keyboard like dust cleaner thing, and then the bottom two are empty. But I just love the fact that the different kinds of paper have their own thing, so I can grab it super easily whenever I need it. Coming over here, we have this little shelf, which the bottom holds all of their Play-Doh, and then the pockets, this is the one that's off limits to the girls. So this is stuff that is current curriculum that they are doing, that they're not allowed to just come grab and randomly do, because I want to make sure that they're learning it correctly and working through it correctly. So this is that, and then this is also our construction paper for their art curriculum. If they get a hold of that, they'll probably use it all in one day. So this is the off limits shelf unless you specifically ask. We have our wall mounted pencil sharpener, which is amazing, and then our fire extinguisher there. So to give you an overview, that is what our homeschool room / office looks like. So now let's go into the closet and I will show you how that is organized. And sorry for my voice, guys, I'm battling being sick right now. But the back of the door, we have long and short vowels. All of these are from the Dollar Tree as well. All of these like poster type things. I have a little I'm an entrepreneur canvas that I got for like $5 from a consignment sale a couple years ago. We hang up clipboards here. I actually have another one that I forgot to put back, but they each can use those to sit in bed and work on their stuff, or bring them downstairs and work on the couch. This is just kind of some planning stuff I have, and then stickers for when they're completed with different assignments. They love getting stickers for that. Up here we have on the right hand side obviously a 3D puzzle, and then some scrapbook paper, the 12 by 12 size stuff, and then we have an extra printer that's there because I don't want to have to go buy a brand new printer if ours crashes, so I keep that one on hand. This top shelf is all my stuff, my books basically, and Legacy Journey, Dave Ramsey's Legacy Journey box and curriculum, so that's for us. Down here we have our glue gun and clay sculpting stuff, flash drives and old phones, more of my stuff, and kind of extras, reference books and extras of things that we don't really need right now. These are also more curriculum that we're not using currently. I do sometimes pull that Handbook of Nature Study out for science, but we don't use it all the time. We keep all of their music curriculum right here that they're not currently using, so they can go back and look through those when they want. And then headphones and flashcards are in here. Down on this next shelf, we have an art curriculum and science curriculum kit from the Calvert School that is a little too advanced for their age right now, but it's so cool, so I'm definitely holding on to it until we can get to that point. Intermediate Spanish that I bought from the library a while back. More blank paper, and then more curriculum. That's clay sculpting in that pink and yellow bin. And then we have our science safety unit and some extra stuff for supplies. And then down here, this is all memory stuff. So everything in that box back there and the scrapbook stuff and everything you see here as well is all memory stuff. I don't have anywhere else to put it right now, so it stays here, but it's all together, so that's okay. The green bin is extra random chords. And then down here we have our old yearbooks and different like textbooks that I use sometimes for students for supplemental material that I tutor. Okay, up in this back corner, that box back there is Bailey's time capsule. We had people put stuff in it on her first birthday that would remind her of or tell her of the times of during her first year of birth, so that's all up there. Quinn's is in the garage, and then we have this is my sewing machine, a skeleton for our skeleton unit, paint, glitter, sealers, Scentsy stuff in there, some boxes for my computer, and then this box up here is full of different magazines we use to put together collages or cut out letters or whatever we want to use them for. Over here I have a sewing bin, so this has all of my sewing stuff in it, and in the back there are old CDs, which I'm actually going to go through and put in my car because I kind of want to listen to some of that stuff from like the 90s. I have my laminator, my hole punch, my Happy Planner hole punch, and paper cutter all up here. And then in the filing cabinet we have personal files in the top one, so just our personal stuff, extra binders, folders, notebooks, and envelopes in here, so like extra blank stuff that's not being used currently. This one is empty right now, and then we have my extra printer paper and cardstock down here. So we have a ton of that on hand, which is nice. And then here I have this hanging shoe organizer that I've put in here to hold some stuff, but I think I'm actually going to take this out and I'll show you why in a second. But this is all chalkboard markers. These are lacing activities for Quinn, and then we have yarn down here. We have our arts and crafts bin, kind of everything random that you can use for arts and crafts goes in here. Then we have this 3-drawer system. So the bottom drawer, that has old like report cards from her music class and just old worksheets and stuff that she's done that we don't really need out anymore. But these 2 drawers are empty, so I think I'm actually going to put the chalk markers in one and the lacing stuff in the other, and I can put labels on there, and then I can find a different spot for the yarn because those are the only things in this hanging thing anyways. I also have 2 empty drawers right here, and then ribbon in this bottom one. And then last we have art supplies in this top drawer, paint pens, paint, extra crayons, markers, colored pencils, extra glue. We have dot markers and stamps in here, so they love using these dot markers, and then we have their stamps that they use often. And then down here are paper scraps, so we just cleaned all this out, but we put paper scraps in there from their art projects so that we can make collages and stuff out of those. So that is our closet in our office and homeschool room. So that is the whole tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize for my voice. Again, I'm just trying to get over being sick. But if you have any questions about anything that you saw, if you have curriculum questions or advice or anything like that, please let me know in the comments below and I will answer all of your questions for sure. I'm going to be filming a homeschool day in the life soon, so keep an eye out for that for sure as well. Before we leave here, I want you to know that you do not have to have a homeschooling room to be able to homeschool. When this office was not up to par, we homeschooled downstairs at the kitchen table for most of what we did, so it is totally doable without a room. All you need is a table basically, and you can do homeschool anywhere. Honestly, you don't even need a table. You can sit with clipboards on the couch or make it work however you need to. So we are blessed that we are able to use this room as a homeschool room, and of course I have to have somewhere to tutor my students, so it works both ways, but it's definitely not a necessity. So if you like this homeschool tour, please click the thumbs up down below, click that red subscribe button if you aren't already. I hope you're all staying safe during this crazy coronavirus time in our lives. For now, remember to stay humble, be kind, and I will see you next time.
Jump into the car.